we started the juice bar. You know, y'all had some of the yummy juice over here. Yes, best juices out of heaven, right? So we can show you how good healthy can taste. I started that because it was, my doctor was like, get your life together or else you're gonna go on some medicine. And I already told her I wasn't gonna do medicine, so get my life together. And so I started juicing. And then I started noticing, one, how hard it was, two, how hard it was to make it taste good and still want to actually eat the kale and the cucumber and beet and all this other stuff. And then I realized, I'm like, if I'm having a tough time and I want to do this, there are people who don't even know to do this and are not going to do this. So let's see about introducing some really great tasting juices to you all. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And from that point, I started walking, and I see some Girl Trek members in the house. We're walking and running. Yes, Girl Trek is a national organization that does amazing things, walking every day. And then I started juicing, and those numbers were amazing a year later. And then I told her I started a juice bar. She goes, you started a juice bar and your numbers are amazing? Okay, great. So I got kind of focused on my health, right? And I'm excited because I'm at a testimony, because I'm in a size 10 pants, right? And I can be in them. And I'm gonna sit in them. So it's just like sharing those joyous moments, those wins, right? Sharing that in hopes that knowing that it's doable. And Carmella's not running and doing 2 hours of workout every day. I'm doing a workout for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes before I go to bed, and I just say no to sugar. And not all the time, because I did have a piece of candy over yonder, so that's, you know. But I also said no to sugar yesterday. So, but I still eat all the things. I just eat, you know, I'm mindful. I'm very respectful of my body. I'm very mindful, and then as a result, my diet is very demure. It's not exuberant, right? It's not out of this world, okay? So, and we're gonna show you how to TikTok for those who don't know. So anyways, I am over on my time, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna call to the stage Selena. Selena came to our show last year, full of energy. I appreciated her for being awesome and amazing, and we just started talking. Selena is a haircutting specialist, and one of the questions I know that we always ask is, how often should I get my hair cut? You know, what's the difference between a cut and a trim, and all those things, right? So we're gonna be able to really dive into those questions today. We're gonna have a short conversation. We're gonna have girlfriend conversations. And our first person up is Selena. Let's give her a round of applause.
So Carmella asked me to come and speak to you guys. I'm a hair educator, and I'm really passionate about hair cutting. I'm a specialist. So I'd love to just lead into any questions that you guys have and just kind of help guide you on your hair journey. And that's what I do every day for my clients, and I just love doing it for the community. So there you go.
Yes. So I'll start off with some questions, and if anyone has questions or would like to have a question, just raise your hand and we got you covered.
We're talking about the hair piece, right? So I think my last time I got my hair cut was in April of 2022. So for show of hands, how many have had their hair cut in the last year? Very good. Now,
I'd love to know if somebody feels comfortable sharing why haven't you gotten a haircut within the last year?
What do you mean by hair? Say that again.
this is my haircut and hair trim.
Okay,
Yeah,
so in my world of cosmetology and hair cutting, I don't personally define there to be a difference. A lot of the people that I work with that are specialists as well, a haircut, a trim is basically just a shortened word for haircut, but it's still the same thing. If you are getting any length at all, whether it's this much or this much, it's a haircut.
It's controversial.
So basically, I just summed up, to sum up what I just said was that there are a lot of people, it's a controversial topic of haircuts and hair trims, but for me and most of the time that I speak to any of my clients, it's just if you're coming in to get any length reduction, it's a haircut. It can be tiny, it can be big, but it is a haircut. So it's just to simplify it and not make it overcomplicated, especially for clients who are coming in who just need a haircut.
Okay, so I think she asked the question, why, if you haven't gotten a cut in the last year, why is that? I guess that's me, right? So why haven't I gotten my hair cut in like 2 years? One, I don't really have a hairdresser that's steady like that. Two, I think I'd be dusting my own ends, and I say dusting because it's, yeah, trimming, cutting, you know. I don't think it's a cut because I'm not a hairdresser, so it's not a cut. It's definitely a dusting. Yeah, and I haven't had that in a while, but it's been two years now. I just don't have a person to go to. So I guess my question is, how do you find someone that you feel comfortable enough to be like, sit down in a chair, and what would the discussion, what would I tell them that I want done, and what should I expect as a client with curly hair?
So I would say that as a client or as clients walking into a salon, I think that you should expect compassion and grace when it comes to the questions that you have to ask. You, as a client, a lot of clients come in and they have tons of questions about, you know, I don't want it too short, or they really lean in more on their bad experiences that they've had. And, you know, I really try to comfort them and walk them through the process. So if you're, for example, scared of getting your hair too short, right? How many people are scared of going in for a haircut and getting it cut off? A decent amount of people. Most people who get haircuts are scared of getting their hair length taken up. So the best thing that you can do is lean on a stylist who is comforting, who understands your, you know, your issues and your troubles that you've had, and really gives you knowledge on what they're going to do and why they're doing it and what products they're going to use. And just, it's, for me as an educator, my biggest platform I lean on is knowledge, and I always lean with that when I'm giving these consultations to clients, because you guys aren't beauty professionals, you guys aren't in the industry, but you guys deserve to have the knowledge to make your decisions, to feel comforted, and to just choose the hairstylist and haircut that you ultimately deserve and want.
So I will, I've had my hair cut dry. I've had my hair cut, it's blown out. I've seen online where people are cutting in, like I would walk in and they would kind of cut it the way it's at. What, based upon like just in general curly hair, what should one expect from a hairdresser to, like what should those questions be that they should be hearing? What lingo should like they be hearing?
So if you were to come in, I would say that some of the questions that you should expect are, how do you style your hair every day? What products do you use every day? If any at all, every day? What is your lifestyle like? What is your, are you active? You know, health has a big play in our hair growth and our hormones. You know, what do you do for work? What's your stress level like? A lot of these questions that we ask clients, they're so important because they help you get to the root cause. A lot of clients come in with, you know, whether they feel like their hair is thinning or they feel like their curls are weakening or anything like that. A lot of that can be traced back to lifestyle, can be traced back to hair care, it can be wrong products. A lot of clients with curly hair come in and they say, just like my curls are just like not bouncing like they used to, but maybe they're not clarifying as much, right? Maybe they're not doing the right routine. So it's really, you want a stylist that is investigating, is really on your side to say, you come to them, you just say what your problem is. This is my problem, X. And your stylist should be inquisitive about it, should ask you and care to help you solve that issue.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to get like violent. I love it. So I like, you said something like when the hair isn't like popping, right? And you were like, if you're not clarifying it because I know, I like to co-wash a lot,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's a commonality across the board. So explain so haircut, having the correct questions, doing all the things, asking them their stress levels, their activity levels, because that'll determine if I'm getting a razoring or if I'm getting a thinning or that's some feedback. So how often should one clarify the hair? I clarify my hair like maybe twice a month. Is that appropriate, or is that?
So clarification, again, is based off of each individual person. I would gauge how much you should clarify by how much product you use, and if you're noticing, like for you, if you feel like your 2 times a month is good for you, and we're not seeing any like scalp issues, we're not seeing any buildup, we're not seeing any change in your curl pattern, I would say that your oil regulation is good with that, and it's not causing you any, damage. But if you were saying, I only clarify twice a month, but I'm seeing like, now we're starting to see like an overproduction of oil, you're really feeling like, my scalp is really itchy, or there's something that's going on, then we'd have to really hone in on like, what are you using to clarify? And, maybe we up that to maybe like once a week. Let's see what that's like, right? So, oil production and oil buildup is a huge problem with heavier products, whether you have straight to curly hair. And I always recommend, especially because I don't wash my hair every day. I wash it probably 3 to 4 times, every 3 to 4 days. So for me, I put in a lot of like powders, right? So my hair is getting really like dried out. So I have to make sure that I'm using something clarifying. So I'll use something like tea tree, palmital tea tree, and it really cleans my hair. And then I go in with something like a hydrating shampoo, so Moroccan oil. And then I put in that product, because now that my canvas is clean and it's not just going on top of product and product and product, it's going to do its job. And a lot of people come in who are using high moisture products and they're saying like, I almost feel like it's over oily now. And it's like, well, are you clarifying or are you just using that moisturizing? Because that moisturizing product is really only supposed to do that one job.
Or will it go, so they're over moisturizing, will it revert it to make it dry and stuff? Will it clog the pores?
Yeah, so the pores of the scalp are different from the hair follicle. No, you're fine. I would say that depending on what the purpose of that, there are some shampoos and conditioners that are like protein heavy, and it can affect your ends to where your ends are so protein, so hydrated that they become almost like, you can see it happens a lot with people who color their hair, it's kind of like straw. And that's when sometimes if you're over moisturizing, it can have that effect on your ends. Yes.
Why do you have to cut your hair at all?
Great question. So your ends are technically, through environmental, even when we walk outside, our hair has an effect of frizz, for example. Frizz happens with curly hair when the humidity hits it. The chemical, the biology of the hair strand is affected by things like product, by environment, by stress. So the ends they will break, they will open, they're not completely closed. So to prevent any of the ends going higher or reaching up, it's just to preserve the hair strand itself, and it really just honestly, you just feel better when you have a cleaned up ends. If you went, I don't know if any of you have ever really went a really, really long time where you know that your ends are bad, it's just better for the hair. If you have curly hair, for example, and you have curl up here but no curl down here, this is just kind of weighing your hair down. It's not doing anything beneficial. Once you cut that off, you give that curl its life back and its bounce, because it's curly up here, but it's weighing down here. And what is that going to do? You're only hurting that curl and not giving it its life back, So that's a great question. Thank you.
So I have a question because of what you just said. So what happens when you have or not even what happens, but if you have multiple textures where you know, like for as long as I can remember, one side was curlier than the other side. So the one side always seemed like, well, what's wrong with this? But it was always like pretty much the whole shaft. It wasn't like what you said where it was straight at the end and curly at the top. It's like this whole shaft on this side does its own thing,
Yeah.
and it's not as curly as the shaft on this side.
Yeah, so some of the questions that I would ask you would be, do you sleep on that side? You know, when you put a lot of pressure on one side of your head, especially when you have curly hair, it can affect it. That's what protective style, rubbing it, you know, like a balloon and static. I would say that for you specifically with that situation, I would have you come in and I would play around with I would get your hair wet and let's see what it's doing on its own. And then I would probably test out a couple of products and see, is it the products that are just unanimous with your hair? Is it just one side? Do we need to start doing a nighttime routine? I had a client who had that sort of situation with her bangs. And what I had her do was we kind of use the bendy,
The flexi.
yeah, the flexi rods. Thank you guys. The flexi rods for her bangs at night, and then her curls started to come back because it was like, oh, I live here. I like this, and it was just kind of like a secure blanket to let it start forming again. So there are many things that I would try for you, but it's for something like that. You know, that's I would go so deep into a consultation so that you felt comfortable with your problem being addressed. And there are multiple reasons for why you can have just genetics. It could be sleeping. It could be products. Maybe your product's heavy on this side and not on this side. You don't know. You know. So that's where me as a professional or any professional would hopefully give you that time to be like, you know what? Let's sit down and let's figure that out together. You know. So yeah. And if you need any other questions, please reach out to me because I'd love to actually help you. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna do some hair. I'm gonna get all those certifications. And I did that. I recruited some people and an actual cosmetologist and I was gonna open up a salon, a pop-up, just because we really didn't have natural hair stylists locally. And I was going to Cleveland and Pittsburgh and sending clients there. So I brought in some people from Cleveland that did hair, and I had found, at the time, eventually Classy, who saved my tail one day. That's a funny story. Maybe one day, if we were all sitting around the fire, we'll have that conversation. And so I had to find a salon and a stylist that would actually be like, hey, I am a licensed cosmetologist and I certified that Carmella understands XYZ, right? Janine was that person. Janine opened up her salon. I asked her, I was like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what we're doing, and I want to be able to provide the service. Can I use your salon on Sundays and Mondays? And she said yes. She gave me no struggle, no headache. I came in, I rented her salon out on those 2 days, and then we packed it on Sunday, on Sundays, starting at like 7 or 6 a.m. in the morning, going sometimes all the way to 9, 10 o'clock at night. I did that for as long as I could stay alive, and then we had to stop because it became too much. Because I had to go to work on Monday. At the time, I was working at YSU still, had a full-time day job working for somebody else. And Janine just really gave that safe space for us. And now I'm proud to say, to see how many more natural stylists that are out there. And thank you for being a part of that part of my journey, right? Thank you so much. So let's talk about it, because as a natural hair specialist, there are not many people who call themselves that, especially in this area, right? And I'm glad to say on this platform, the main event, that we have a lot of specialists in the house, so I'm excited about that. That's my goal, is to find those people at all times, so thank you so much for y'all being absolutely amazing. Talk to me, what have you been seeing in your chair? Like, what have been people's issues, one? Two, what are some things that you feel would be helpful insights to the women here that would help them on their hair journey? And I like these waves. Now, can I get some of them? No? I got it. No? Okay. It's too much? That'd be too many hours? Okay.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for having me. Your first question what do I see mostly in my chair? I see mostly stressed out moms, because I'm a stressed out mom. So, I see a lot of stressed out moms, which can have a lot of wear and tear on your hair, your hormones, and your body. I noticed it first with myself. I deal with high blood pressure. I recently got diagnosed with alopecia, so that's why I'm a firm believer in taking care of your crown, because when you are limited to one style, that is devastating and stressful, because I want to rock this and that, but I'm limited to style, so I advocate for you to take care of your crown, because you never know when you lose that, it's devastating. So I feel a lot of moms are just busy, on the go, not really taking care of themselves, but still want to look cute at the same time. And so I let them know, like, you know, we have to create a routine. We have to fit ourselves in our own schedule to take care of ourselves while we're taking care of our husbands, our community, and our kids. So I see a lot of scalp issues as far as inflammation, dry scalp, some hair loss from braids, not just braids, but just tension on the hair. I see, yeah, that's just about split ends, because we're not taking care of our hair as far as getting regular trims and things like that. And a lot of build up on the scalp. We can get lost in our busy schedule, so I always remind my clients, like, come on, we got it. We can give ourselves Monday. Can we do Monday for ourselves? Just an hour or so? But, so I see a lot of that, and I too was that client, and I see hairdresser every week. I'm not touching my hair. So, but I too am on a regular schedule, and I also incorporate that with my dermatologist. So with my dermatologist and a lot of my clients, you know, stay away from dermatologists, but I found a black dermatologist in Cleveland. It's my favorite appointment I go to, because I eat when I go to Cleveland, and she gets to take care of my hair and my skin. But with that routine with my doctor and with my stylist, I have created a routine, and it's my self-care day. And I take care of myself so I can be the best version. Because I have 3 girls, and they will let me know when I'm slipping.
Okay, so I would say,
One of the things you talk about is stressed out people, and then even with your journey, the high blood pressure is a thing for you. So one of the things on my journey and what I've seen recently is, in some research, is that we as Americans, period, have a very high sodium diet, right? Over time, you know, even though I thought Weight Watchers told me to get the Chick-fil-A, the baked one, right? So I was eating that, but I started looking at the sodium content on it. It was very, 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 very high. Sodium eaten too much, too often, for a long, extended period of time will give you high blood pressure, 1. 2, also block nutrients from getting to the areas of your body it needs to get to. Okay? So that's why it's important for you to eat raw. Y'all today had some beautiful bougie kale salad with some roasted beets and glazed pears and all the jazzy stuff, right? But that's high in potassium, your leafy greens. So so we talk about dermatologists, right? We also need to talk about what we're eating, right? And then in self-care, it's so important on all levels. And that by eating less stressful food, you will put less stress on your body over a consistent basis, okay? So, so maybe that's something we can definitely talk about, right? Eating healthy, because I know you've been on a health journey as well, right? So we see stressful people, inflammation. Inflammation can be caused by your diet, lots of sugar in your diet, all that stuff, right? And then what else are you seeing in your chair?
Tension. So a lot of hair loss from either putting your hair up too tight in ponytail in that same spot. So you start seeing the thinning of your crown in the back. So always tell my clients, if you're gonna wear a ponytail, switch it up. Maybe, you know, put it up top, a little bit further back, maybe in the back. But if you consistently keep using that same spot, it's gonna weaken the middle of your hair. You'll start seeing, it'll start being sore, red, and it'll start thinning out a whole lot. If you're gonna get braids, make sure it's okay to talk to your braider. I'm not against braids, but it's okay to talk to your braiders and say, hey, this product doesn't work for my hair. Because what I'm seeing is all that product that they're using is built up with alcohol and things like that. So it's taking out the hair, and I was a victim of that as well. So I've seen it from my own self. But tell them, say, hey, you know, this product doesn't work with my hair. Can you leave out some edges a little bit? You don't have to clean them up. line them up with the braids, but can you leave out some hair, and I could just swoop them back or something like that. But just making sure that the hair is not too tight. Talk to your stylist. Talk to whoever's doing your hair. Even talk to yourself like, okay, wait, maybe I put that ponytail in a little too tight, or I put that bobby pin in the wrong spot. You know, open your mouth, advocate for yourself so that we can better take care of our hair.
What styles are you doing for the busy, stressed out mom that is gonna help? Like, so are there things you recommend?
So my favorite go-to styles, I do a lot. First is silk pressing. I do two-strand twists, which is my favorite. I love the way the hair curls up, and then I'm also jealous because I can't do nothing with this. But that is my favorite hairstyle. I just recently had a client who came back off of having a baby, and we did mini two-strand twists, and she said it lasted her for 2 months. And I don't recommend 2 months, but I understood because she just had a baby. But she had minimum shedding. It was highly moisturized when she came back to me to wash it yesterday, and she came back in a great state. So I knew that she took care of her hair, and I knew that she sprayed it down like I told her to, oil it, and she did that, so I can tell. So that, and then crochet. I absolutely love crochet because the human's hair, there's synthetic hair, there can be braids, twisties, loose hair, and that grew my hair out. So whenever I decide to grow my own hair out, I'll throw some crochet in. So I'm really a good advocate with crochet because also you can get to your hair and oil it and massage it and just get the air that it needs and it's not, packed down like a sewing maybe. But crochet is my go-to if you're having some issues. I have a lot of older clients who's in physical therapy, who swim with the crochet in. You can put it up the top of your hair, do your workout, and let it out. So it allows you to still be in that feminine air and not look so rough while you're doing your daily life, but it gives you, that cute look style. You can still work out, you can still get up and go, because I'm a get up and go mom. My kids give me 2 minutes to get dressed while I do my makeup at every red light. But so when I wear my crochets, I can just shake, get up and go about my business. So crochets are really a good hairstyle to still look cute, still be on mommy mode, wife mode, busy mom mode, or whatever it is, and still look cute.
So, and I always say this, and Selena's already said you can get a hold of her and get sign up for services, but are you taking clients? Okay, right. That's the other part. Are you encouraging other stylists to do natural hair? Are there more stylists out there that we're missing or that's in your circle that's doing natural hair as well? Is that a conversation? What's the conversation with stylists right now?
I don't have that conversation. A lot of the clients a lot of stylists that I talk to and I'm familiar with are older, and those are the best stylists anyways, because the old school ways is just so much better. I'm young, but I grew up in the old salon with the pressing curls, talking about Young and the Restless, and things like that. That's how I grew up. But, so it's not a lot of natural hairstylists. That is a conversation that we do need to bring forth as the world changes, as we get diagnosed with a lot of different things, especially as females. You have your high blood pressure, PCOS, thyroid, things like that. As we change, as our body changes, we also should be changing our hair care routine. So that's a good thing that we do need to start talking to more stylists on how we can better serve our community and our young ladies. So yeah. So there's not too many that I know of around here. Yes, but you can't get a hold of me. I do specialize in natural hair. I'm all about taking care of the crowd.
She's got it. You know what I'm saying? She got it. I love this outfit. And the hair. Yes.
Is what we do. You hear me? Is what we do. And you are completely blessed. I love, I'm a girl of the shoes. To the inside. And if not, I'm supposed to do your makeup. I'll work it. So, I'm excited. Everybody on the stage, I'm excited about having Jessica came to the main event last year, decked out in this lime neon green dress with her hair in a diagonal stand-up Bronner Brothers hairstyle dude. And I was like, who is this? Friend, who is this? And we connected. She's on TikTok, an influencer. Actually, I met you before that. We were at Mercy Health at the 300 Women in Red. Jessica is awesome and a cook, and she also is a licensed cosmetologist. She's also an administrator at Raphael School in Boardman, and is really, I love her boldness in her hair choices, right? One of the things that I challenged myself to do a while back was to wear my fro. You know, I felt as if I always had to do twist out or something like that. But when I picked my fro out, and you know, it caused a lot of stares, and I was like, what are you looking at? But I'm like, they're looking at something cute. That's what they're looking at, right? That's right. So, you in the natural hair space, really embracing the protective styles that are not normal, right? One. Two, just like, what do you see coming even out of the hair industry now, like, and in your hair journey? What is important that you think that the audience should know in terms of the hair journey? And then I know you've been using some Carmella Marie products, so you want to talk a little about that, because I think you did a whole kind of like review demo type vibe, so let's definitely want to hear from you on that as well.
What's up, beautiful people? My name is Jess, that's Jessie J on all platforms. What I'm seeing now in the hair industry with natural hair is that people are becoming themselves more. I know, like when I was a child, my hair is thick. When they talk about in the Bible how Jesus had a hair of wool, that's Jesus is my cousin. My hair is super thick under all of this. So everything was tame the hair, tame the hair, tame the hair. Relaxers, straightening combs on the stove. You got the little tiger stripe on Sunday on Easter. So all the different things is going on, but now times have changed. The afros are back. People are saying, this is my crown, and I'm going to own it. I don't care if you stare at me. I don't care if my hair is sitting on top of my head. This is my hair. So that's what the biggest thing is going on now in the natural hair world, which I absolutely love because I've always been a bold person. I never like to look like the next person. That's just been my personality. So when they came about and became more frequent in the industry, I was like, yes, I can be myself and nobody looks at me crazy, you know? So that's very, very exciting to me to see that people are wearing their afros out, wearing their natural curls, they're wearing their braids, and just being who they are.
So how do you find inspiration for your hair? So like,
in Youngstown, right? I want to see us wearing some stuff and rocking some stuff like this outside, right? So how do you find inspiration? One. Two, I know you licensed. I don't know if we can find a little pop-up with salon. We could get our hair done or something for like special occasions. I hear a clap over here. But like, how do you find inspiration, and what are some ways that people maybe can start being bold about their natural styles?
I went back. YouTube is a great teacher right now, but I went back to our roots of our African heritage. So all those different braiding patterns that you've seen, the tribal looks, the different your hair wrap, the locks, all those different things. They were always bold. They were always standing out. They were sticking up like things, and you have halos and all these different things. I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. It was almost like architect on your hair. So it was like, this is my art, this is my canvas, and I get to just paint how I want to. So that's where like a lot of it came from, was looking at YouTube, a lot of research of our of African American hair, and take that moment to just take what I like from it and then tweak it and make it more modern, how I would want to wear it. That's where I get a lot of inspiration from. I love seeing the different braiding patterns. Some of these hairstyles take a couple days to do, but it's worth it at the end. It's the wow factor, it's the look, like you were saying before, and it's just that boldness, and it gives you that extra confidence when you're in the room, because it's like, who is that with that hair? and it just gives you that extra boost. And I just always want to spread that type of words, like be yourself and do stuff that makes you feel loved on the inside. So this makes me feel love. My hair, I love it, and I love how it gives the eye to other people who want to see it. So I want people to be able to love on themselves, and that's how I do some research and I do this.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I might show up at your doorstep. Like, can you do something? We can still go to, I'm off on Monday. I love that though, so okay, for sure, I appreciate that. Because I would love a big city look. Now, let's also talk about, I know you didn't get a chance to use all the products, but your hair type, coily, kinky type, or like middle of the road, or looser? What is your hair texture?
My hair is fully kinky tight. Okay. Triple tight. I don't know. Like you were saying before, like how you can put some moisture on there and say shoo. Yeah, that's what my hair does. So when I got to use your B3, when I tell you that stuff is delicious on my hair loves it so much because I was always wanting my nice twist outs. And my curls didn't get that juice, you know, that bounce. It was just like, and I was like, well, I can't wear this outside. So, but using that B3, I absolutely love that. And then the clarifying. That clarifying with the lime juice. Because it's like it gets deep in the pores. And I really, really enjoy that and the nozzle of it. Because when you, this one right here, you guys. This nozzle going into your root first, because people with thicker hair, it's kind of hard sometimes to get that to your root clean. This gives to the root clean, and I absolutely love that. And then the lime juice, which is like clears your pores. That's in there. I love that as well. And especially for thicker hair women, and for all women that has that super tight hair that can't really get to that scalp all the time when you wash your hair on your own. So this right here is going to be in my shower. This is in my shower. I love it.
So, one of the, I know you did not have, and I don't think it's up here, is it's the Gel. That's the Gel. You didn't have that, but to give it even more, that's what I use today. Is the water Gel. So those are my combinations.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's that. So anyways, go for it. So twist out. How long does it take? Oh, I'm sorry.
I am so sorry, I was being disobedient. We do got a second mic. Can I have a second mic? And then I'll
Right there on the side.
I think that's you.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. So your actual hair care journey, your twist out on that particular end. How long did it last you after? I know you didn't have any gel because I didn't have any gel that day. But
For me, it lasted for 2 weeks.
oh,
It was a good 2 weeks. And I was very surprised because I was waiting for my hair to lock up.
okay.
Because my hair will lock. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take these braids out because it's gonna lock. But no, it really did last. And I used your moisturizing mist
Okay.
to kind of keep the
Okay.
curls in and stuff. But yeah, I did the wash. Then I did use your deep conditioner. I put that in about 10 minutes. And then I proceeded with the moisturizing mist.
Okay.
And then after that, I went in with the B3, twisted my hair, and I used your lotion, like if I want to touch it up some days while I go to work, those type of things. But it lasted 2 weeks.
Okay.
And that usually doesn't work for me.
Right.
So
Okay.
that was a fun last week.
I didn't know that. Okay. I always like to hear people's stories, right? Because she's a busy mom of 2.
Yes.
She has a newborn,
Yes, it's 6 months.
and she has, and then
8-year-old.
8-year-old. And you work full-time.
Yes.
And you an influencer.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And you own your, oh, and what's the other business?
I have Jessie B Naturals, which is my own hair care oil, and then I have Jessie B's Kitchen, which is my catering.
Yes. And the food be looking so good. I be scrolling on Instagram. I need to see.
For the things banana pudding.
I know, but I can't have it right now.
I'll make it vegan.
Okay. I appreciate you. No, that's awesome. So when we talk, look, because I know that you're on the administration side for the whole industry. As you see students coming in and matriculating through, hair school, do any of them come in with a natural hair background, or curly hair, or textured hair background, or are they getting that information there?
It's a 50-50 with that one. Some students come in, like I did, came in already with that knowledge of natural hair because their hair was natural. But some are coming in fresh. And so my job, I just want to let them know, like, hey, we do offer those things, but also we're in the industry where sometimes you have to go outside of school and go to some places and get your own research. But in the school, we do provide, like, learning how to braid hair, learning natural hair, learning the hair oils for the hair, because that's where it started for me when I went to school. So I got really into the oils, the avocado oil, the grapeseed, how all those things work, and in your hair, and how does this, because I was like, I didn't get my moisture up, what do I need to do? So I took that very quickly when I started school. So I try to give that same education when I have those meetings and appointments with the potential students.
Okay. And when those students are graduating, are they staying here and doing hair, or are they going somewhere else?
I encourage them sometimes to move out, just because it's kind of oversaturated in some places. But with natural hair, I tell them they should look more into the local area because we do not have a lot of natural hairstylists here. When I was in the salon, I did locks. Locks were my specialty. And so I would say, like, we need more opticians, and we need real opticians that actually watch your hair, care about the hair, those type of stylists. So I always encourage, like, if you more so want to be here for right now, then just be your first step, but you don't have to stay here. You can always grow, move, and do other things.
Okay. Nice. And where are you, I know you still have your license, and I know somebody's probably asking the burning question, are you doing hair right now?
Unfortunately, no, not at the moment. I'm not in the salon right now, just because I have a lot of things going on.
I just want to ask that. Well, now that you're in Raphael's, because back in the day I used to go to Raphael's, are there any stylists right now going through school that you think are promising in the natural hair space?
Yes. We have students there that would love to have people come in and work more on the natural hair. We get a lot of, because like she said before, it is still press season. So a lot of people are coming to get hair pressed and curled and stuff. But we definitely encourage people to come, if you are in the Boardman area, to come and get your hair twisted, two-strand twist, deep condition. Let our students learn how to do those different things. Because we need the actual, it's different from doing on a man's skin. You actually have a living, breathing person in your chair that has different type of hair coming in other than a mannequin head.
Right. I'll be a volunteer, I'll show up. I don't know how much time they have, but I will show up.
Now, our next speaker is Rayshawn Phillips. And Rayshawn is going to join Carmella up here on the stage.
Yes, Rayshawn. Thank you so much for coming.
Girl, would not be any other way.
Yes. So, Rayshawn and I go back to the Women Entrepreneur days. When I remember you were women in business, social media, all the things, trying to figure it out. And it was rough back then. Now, I see you figured it out. you have figured it out. So, Rayshana, you are on, you post, I don't know how many times you post a day, but all I know is I see you at least 2-3 times a day in my feed. And I love how you are committed to hair health, scalp health. And one of the things we've had conversations about is not looking just for clients who are just, like we got the water bill, your hairstyle, right? But long-term relationship, right? Because you care. Absolutely. Do we want to talk about the importance of that? Because I don't think any stylist wants one night stand client, right? Because if you do truly care, and I know you do, about that client and their hair care, you want to be able to go with them for the long term.
I'm married to my clients. We married, okay? Married. That means from life to death. And I have clients, RIP, and I love all of them, rest in heaven, that have been with me just that long. Their whole life. Can you imagine what that is? For somebody to dedicate their whole life to you? As a licensed stylist, it is such a gift to be able to share beauty. Something you said up here is about love what you see in the mirror. A lot of us don't love what we see in the mirror until we get in our hairstyle mirror. And when we get home, we have to do it ourselves. We're like, she did it so easy. How come it was so hairstyles are such a valuable part of our industry. And my ultimate goal from the beginning was just doing hair. It was something I wanted to do. Like you said, it was, I don't know. Then this head spa came around. I started learning more about scalp care. I said, okay, so wait a minute. So the universe, God, whatever you believe in, put everything in place for me. So I went to college and got a bachelor's degree that I thought I was going to sell on eBay. I guess you can't do that. Yeah, I figured that. And I have a license cosmetology. I can learn, I can teach people about scalp hair, I can learn about scalp hair down to the root. I mean, I'm talking scientific articles, I'm talking about knowing the ball, the pulp, the hair shaft, and understanding how the oils penetrate the scalp and go down underneath and where it nourishes and the neurons and the nerves and everything that's connected and understanding that, the tissues, the layers of the scalp, all of that stuff is so important. It was just like life for me. So that is where that structure that you see came from, was the fact that I took my idea of loving clients in that long-term relationship, and I made sure that if I'm going to be married to them, I'm going to have to take care of them in more of the ways than what I think. Because sometimes we don't realize that we need more. Scalp care wasn't taught to me in cosmetology school at all. It was like, okay, this is the scalp. Now let's focus on doing these braids. You know, for real. Because I went to cosmetology school and we didn't do a lot of hair. I didn't get a lot of floor time. I mean, I got a lot of floor time. I didn't get a lot of book time. So, but yeah, that's.
So let's get into the scalp. Because you had, I'm keep seeing layers, right? I'm seeing layers. And one of the things that I get a lot of questions about from clients is people are saying, hey, my hair is falling out at a high rate. When I hear that, I also know that it's natural for us to shed 100 pieces of hair. Is that a day or a week? What is that? A day, right?
It's natural.
100 a day. So keeping that in mind. So tell me what happens when someone keeps their hair in a protective style for a month.
Oh. Okay.
Or 3 weeks, and then they take it, and then you see all that excessive shedding. But if it's 30 days of non-shedding, like
Right. So I thought we were going in a different direction.
I'm so sorry, because you had said something and I...
Yeah, this works. It can be scary. You done had your braids in 3-4 weeks. Some I would love, if you anything like me, I done had my braids in for 3 months. Yeah, okay, right, judge me. I'm judged, it's okay. For real, when I wore braids, I'm bald and I forgot. I just did this a couple weeks ago. Y'all got it, y'all remember. But yeah, so it can be intimidating to see all of that shedding, but our hair does naturally shed at least 100 hairs a day. Now that's not for everybody. These are average numbers. It's average. But if somebody is coming to me and they're expressing a shedding, The first thing I want to know is what type of shedding are you having? So I know that people are like, what do you mean, what type of shedding? Well, are you getting big pieces of hair? Are you getting long strands with, your mom talked about the bulb on the end of that hair? Are you getting long strands with bulbs on the end? Are you getting these little short pieces just everywhere, all over your clothes? Those are different types of breakage. When you have breakage that are the little short pieces, it's typically because you need that trim that we talked about earlier. And when you need those ends trimmed, sometimes they begin to start shedding. Your hair is reacting to the fact that there's a split at the end of it. Hair doesn't go in a straight line, so I have a whole conversation about the hair strand and how people, if it's see-through, you cut it off, all of that. Those are things I'm gonna let y'all ask those questions. But when you're taking your braids out and you're taking all this down, it can be intimidating to think that you're losing all of your hair. But for the most part, you're losing natural hair. And let me get back on track, because I did tell y'all about the shorter pieces. Remember, you need a trim. If you got shorter little pieces and you're just seeing them all over, you need a trim. And I mean trimming off the dead ends. I'm not telling you how much. My definition of trim is a little more than me. It's more specific. If you are having long strands of hair fall out, that is when you need to be tending to yourself. That means there's something going on with your diet. That means there's something going on with the medicine that you're taking. That means you completely stressed out. Because stress takes the hair out from the root, honey. From the root, yeah, we know that. And also, unhealthy eating can take your hair out. Sometimes people come in and they don't even realize, I'm like, my hair is shedding, girl, I don't know what happened. Well, tell me about your diet last week. Have you ever noticed that in January, your hair starts shedding a little bit more? Do you know why? Because of Thanksgiving and Christmas, y'all was tearing it up. Y'all was rubbing. And what we do is we don't take into account these things because they're not immediate effects. So the immediate, hair is fragile. I know people be like, girl, my hair is strong. Your hair is fragile. You take you a hot comb to that sucker room that's too hot. That good hair be right on the floor. So hair is fragile. Everything that you do, your body is your temple, and your hair is a reflection of that. So you know how when people say you got a nice car and look like you got money? Well, when you got nice hair, I call it rich bitch hair. I know, excuse me. But I tell you, girl, when you got her split ends, she ain't got no split ends, it's down to the bottom, it's beautiful, whether it's curly or straight. You know, you like, oh yeah, she get it done, she take care of hers. And we should reflect that on a everyday basis like that.
I love all of that. You're welcome. And I know you had said something that triggered me to go into that direction, but we can go back to the direction that you thought we were going, okay. Right? In talking about finding, or you can, wherever you want to go. But I think it's important for us to understand how to best find that stylist, right? Right. And one, I'll ask you, like I asked everybody else, are you accepting clients? I know. So don't answer that question. How does one find a long-term stylist, right?
It's a long journey. Right. It's a journey. And you got to do your research. Just like if you was buying you a car, you ain't just about to go and let the car dealership. If you got something wrong with your health, you're not about to just let some of us do it, y'all. Please don't anymore. Don't let the doctor just tell y'all. They don't know everything. Okay, they did go to school, but they don't know everything. Right. So it is taking that into your own hands. You gotta be responsible. Yes, you do.
Okay. You've done my hair before, back in the day. I've come to your salon. It was a very awesome, amazing experience. Back even when I had this other type of like the natural conditioner with the avocado.
I know, right?
That I don't make no more.
She was like, what you got? I got this. She like, girl.
Throw that away.
Right. Stop it.
So I know that you, so in regards to scalp health and like the products that you tried, were you able to try any of the products?
Okay. Girl, please, I need something. Okay. So y'all, I'm really freshly shaved, okay? I decided that I need a break from the heat, a break from the trial of life, and I wanted to, now this is an emotional one for me. I don't even know what's going to happen. I'm gonna go into it. I wanted to know that people still love me. without my hair.
That's right.
Because what y'all don't realize is that everybody in here can say, oh girl, y'all don't have no ball. Oh, y'all don't know. That's nothing. Oh, she cute. But I'm gonna tell y'all, when you walk up in a place and your hair is shaved, you do not get treated the same.
No, you don't.
I don't care how big your smile is. I don't care how kind you are. You don't get treated the same. And that's not something I'm used to because I'm nice to everybody. I'm smiling. I'm always, I'm big. And so it takes a whole different type of energy to maintain a confidence when you don't have hair because of our society. I do want to compliment all of the women that I meet, even some of the men that I meet today especially. You guys make me feel great. You say, your hair looks amazing, girl. I want to do that. I even had a testimony of a young lady who told me, she said, I did that and I loved it. Those things right there, y'all don't realize how much power we have in our words. Those are powerful things. And I know some people will sit up here and they'll look, like, come on, you knew you was beautiful. I don't care what y'all say. I have insecurities just like everybody else. I am human. I am a woman. And being in this world, it's not no easy thing. It's not. Especially when everyone they got no clothes on. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, she got her cleavage on. We need to do something.
I didn't even think about it from that perspective, right? Because, and that's another side of the natural. It's like people like, you're trying to, grow hair stuff, but what, sometimes what natural is cutting it all off, or doing the pixie cut, or the teeny-weeny afro. That's a natural hairstyle, y'all. And it gotta be down to your tailbone.
And that hair lotion for those teeny-weeny hairstyles is the bomb. So I don't do stuff to my hair. That's why I shave my hair off. I would put on a wig because I want to curl the wig. I even condition the wig, but I still don't use my real hair. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yes, I'm bad. And I know my clients, they don't even play. I don't even let them put on a wig. Maybe like what you got on. I don't care. It's not. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I go to somebody else. I don't go with you. Okay, it's like you just try. So, yeah, it is. That's probably the mommy brain too.
Mommy brain. We've had some great mom, right? It's like, so as a, you're teaching classes, you are posting everything on the internet, right? Because you're an influencer, and you're a mom, right? And the little fella is here.
Sweet.
Oh, he's sweet. And so this is a natural hair option.
Yes.
I think that, and then I know you're talking about the hair lotion. The hair lotion is a shea butter and a flaxseed and a mango butter.
But I like them so light. So some of the stuff that I used today was not it was some gel that I used. It was just so hard. I don't like it to be hard. I like it to be soft. Because then my husband touched it and he's like, it's so soft. You know what I mean? Don't put that TikTok And so I like the hair lotion because it's not something, I don't put gel in my hair every day. And so the hair lotion is something I can use every day to begin practicing doing some self-care for me, doing my hair, and actually not doing everybody else's, growing their hair down their back. Do a little bit something for yourself sometimes.
I like the word you use, practice, because I think it's like we just do our hair, and it's really, you're practicing to learn about it. So what are some different ways that maybe the women what are some different practices that the women can do?
So practice, when you're practicing with your hair, I think we talked a little bit about products. So you gotta I know y'all, just gotta spend all your money on products. I don't know what you gotta try them all. Like Carmella said, what she said, I am for everybody. I'm okay with that. But still try it. Continue to try it. Carmella has a lot of products that are for everybody, but she's just being modest. Because those products are soft and they're light enough to go on any hair type. But you have to continue to use a product. Sometimes you'll use a product, somebody cut, girl, I use this gel, you got to use this. You go get that gel, you put it in your hair, and you be like, girl, did you miss a step? You didn't tell me something. Did you set it in a dryer? Did you spray it with water? Was it wet or dry when you started? Because mine is flaking, the curls ain't popping, and none of that worked. But it don't have to necessarily be the product. It could be the fact that your hair texture is not the same as hers. And so y'all not, the products aren't the same. That is something with curly hair, it is a trial and error. It is a practice. That's why curly hair, you gotta go in, you gotta see, feel the amount of moisture. Moisture is so important when you have a curly hair. If your hair is dry, you don't want to get those beautiful bouncy curls. You need moisture in your hair. It's really important for all styles, but especially for curly styles.
So do you think, so with your hair, like, I see a lot of times people are like, well, my hair is not moisturized, and then they put like a pea size of product in their hair. Sometimes it's like you don't want to use up all your product, but is it a pea size, right? So, but how much did you put in your hair?
All right. When you're dealing with products and putting the amount of product you put in your hair, it's definitely going to be an absorption that happens. So if your hair is super, super absorptive, your hair gonna eat that product up. You gonna put it on there. She said use a quarter, and this quarter ain't went nowhere. I think I got a sideburn. You know. So, in some people's hair is very, very absorptive. So you do want to be mindful of that. If you feel like if your hair, when you get done, and your hair starts to flake, you get those white spots, that's typically because you use too much product. You overestimate it. Your hair is really not as textured as it is. Like you don't have no white, no white.
Just making sure I didn't have
no. But if that happens, I always would recommend if you want to continue to use that product, because I know y'all got thousands of products in y'all closet that you want to might be able to try to use, is sometimes you can mist the hair first, like make sure the hair is super saturated, because essentially you're diluting the product, because the product is too much. Or also you can use a little bit less of the product so you're not causing the build that makes it have those white flakes. And then, if you try all of that, it's time for a new product. You need to try something else. There's gels and mousses and creams, and it's a big world when it comes to hair. Remember all of it. I can tell you, your hair texture ain't like hers, regardless if it's that look the same. It's not the same. So all those different things, make sure that you go in and practice with your hair. If you're really serious about going natural, you'll see people who are serious about going natural when they decide, they're practicing. They're like, girl, I'll try this today. Look at these little ugly twists.
But it is about practicing, but someone who hated natural hair, she's now like twisting her hair every 2 weeks. And one thing, and I'm gonna get your question right here, is that even with Carmella Marie, if there's a product that you're using and it doesn't work for you, call me, email me, inbox me, and I'll send you something else. We'll have a conversation, because I'm not just here to sell you another hair care product, right? We're actually here to be a part of your hair journey. That's why I'm your curl friend, right? And we have a question in the back.
One time, put one in the back.
Okay, I have a question because I'm here for the scalp care.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
It's all on the agenda, like. So this question is for me and for my mother, who wasn't able to make it today. But she had hair loss due to blood pressure. And then I think they decreased it and her blood pressure improved and things like that, but she still has like this thinner spot. So she's always like, I gotta massage that area, things like that. So when we're talking about like product, because I hate to have a closet full of product. I'm gonna just be honest, I hate it, right? And I have eczema, so right now my scalp is rejecting oils. I can't touch an oil. Like it don't matter. Vitamin E, black cast, it don't matter. Like I put some oil on there, it's like, girl, don't do that. It's gonna itch. We gonna flake. We gonna respond. So when we're trying to like maybe give our scalp a break, or if we're trying to at least keep up the care of the scalp. I know we talked about clarifying shampoos and stuff, but when we're trying to keep up the care of the scalp at home, because it's like doing its own thing, or we feel like it's doing its own thing. What should we be doing, and what should we be paying attention to before it's like, maybe I should go to a dermatologist? Or, you see what I'm saying? Because like some people, they ain't trying to go to a dermatologist either. You might not really need to go. So what can we be doing at home to make sure that scalp is staying as fresh as we can before we're like,
so fresh and so clean?
Right. Before we like, doc, help me out, what's going on?
So there's a lot in that question, so I'm going to dissect it a little bit. The first thing is when you are, the oils, You're like, none of those oils are working. I do understand that. But allergies come in different ways as well. So I would test, like jojoba, test avocado. The reason I recommend jojoba over other avocado oil, all the other ones that I can't name off the top of my head right now, is because jojoba is more closely aligned to the natural sebum our scalp produces on its own. Okay, so jojoba has the best chemical compound that's closest to our natural scalp oil. So that, and that's just worth a try. And what I would recommend is just a strand test, a little bit behind the ear, like right here, you know what I mean, just to see, what's happening with that. If that's not working, your best friend is water. Water. Water is so, honestly, oil and water don't mix. So when we say we put oil on our scalp to moisturize it, it's almost a kind of a counterproductive statement. I always kind of have like a little, like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. They don't even mix, you know? But oil it nourishes, it don't moisturize, it adds value, and we need it. But water, you can't just oil your scalp and think you can't use water. You got to use water. Water is 100% the thing that I would do. So I would, sorry, I'm a Toastmaster, so every time I say it just like eats my nerves. I would also, your shower head. Don't know what shower head you have, but if you have a shower head that removes the bad stuff. Right. The calcium, the lines, yes, chlorine. Those water that are great, not only for your hair growing, but you'll be like, my skin feeling good too. It does make a difference. So those are a couple of things that I would recommend. And I wouldn't recommend doing everything that you possibly can in one look. I would change my water and I would do my strand test, or add more water and do my little strand test and see if the jojoba works. Give it a couple weeks and see how that works for you and see if you're getting an improvement. That way you're able to decipher what was actually caused to help. If nothing changed, then you're like, the jojoba didn't work, the water didn't work. But if something changes, you're like, oh, so the water worked. I've been using that regularly and that is what, but if you're using both, how are you supposed to know which one works?
Yeah, I saw the filters.
So one thing at a time.
I saw the filters that they started selling for you, like your bathroom faucet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got one from the shower, and I absolutely love it. I got it before I recommended it to my clients because I thought these look like rocks in here. The rocks don't look like they moving. Is it really right for real? Is it really doing something to this water? And it actually does. So the one that I recommend, this is what I recommend right here. Amazon, you want the link? I'll send it to you.
So
but that's.
I have a question. So with the water, go ahead. I want to stay with the water. It was a water question.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, girl, I'm going the wrong way.
Okay, so I'm mixed. I had a lot of hair textures in my hair. It's really hard to get any stylist who really understand me, my hair.
Speak up.
They know they say it's thick.
They say can you speak up?
Oh,
Speak up.
they say it's thick, and it is really thick. I have a problem with them like cutting it like too much or not knowing what to do. I mean, like I got like my scalp, I had very, very bad dandruff. I got 2 kids, so I'm stressed too. So like kind of doing right here. You say you're not taking any more clients, but it is hard to find somebody because I wear my hair natural, right? But it's hard to find somebody who really know me because like I feel like the stylist that I have, she treats me as the same as like everybody, just like stuck in one way, like I'm gonna just do you happy, but I'm not like everybody.
Right. Yeah.
So,
that is such, yeah, that's a challenge because so many of us are taught that we should do everything. When you go to cosmetology school, they teach you acrylic nails, massage, you doing all kinds of stuff, perms, roller sets, like, why? These are not the things, so you're probably going to somebody who does everything. And that everything can be a limit. I specialize. I specialize in scalp care. I'm a scalp care specialist. Do you do braids? No. Do you do a twist out? I don't. And that's okay. That's okay. People don't realize that it's not okay. They think they're supposed to take everybody. And then they get those everybody's in their chair, and they half the time don't like doing it. So it can be something that they're not even in love with. And so that's why you can't get the results that you like. These girls walking out with these wigs looking happy as hell. They happy, like, yeah, I got my hair just right here. And you like, but my curls is too short and then I'm popping. And so that just means that probably time to get a divorce. It don't mean that you don't love that person. It don't mean that you just need to love them from a distance. Okay? So it's about learning to find and finding those people. I'm more than open to having a conversation, because one thing about natural hair is when you have natural hair, it gives you a lot of freedom to maintain your hair yourself. I know I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I know that it's beneficial to go to a cosmetologist. And if that's in your budget, if that's what you want to do, go see her every 2 weeks. Yes, and especially me, because I mean, gosh, it's fun, you know. But with that being said, you need to literally date hairstylists, date them, just like date them. Go on dates. Hi, I'm coming to get an appointment. If the appointment system ain't working and you can't get in touch and they tell you gotta wait 15 minutes and I ain't been here and you've been in the salon for an hour and you ain't got started yet, or you sitting under the dryer and your hair ain't even that long, girl, it's just time to find a new relationship where you're happy. And that's with everything. That's with your friends, with your spouse, with your dogs, with your everything. Find a place where you feel comfortable and you feel happy, and when you walk out, you feel good. Even how about even if they don't get it perfect, you still enjoyed your experience. And somebody you're able to talk to. That should be one of your requirements. List things that you need. I need a stylist that respects my time. I'm not the client that's gonna come. I got a job and kids. I don't wanna be sitting here waiting for you every week, taking days off to get my hair done. I don't know why people do that. I don't think that's that. Is that what people still do that? No, I mean like people sit in the salon. Is there anybody out there who got their hair done and had to be in the salon like all day? I'll try to raise. Oh. Look, some people raise their hand and you look, they're like. Yeah, so. It was something that I did not approve of when I was a kid. I hated, like, you've been here all day, right? You know? And so to see that was one of my things as a stylist. Your time and my time is valuable. That's it. We're here for our time, we get to share our time, and you go about your day and I go about mine. But I think that respect of time is really, really important as well. All of those things you need to keep in mind when it's time for you to make that decision. Putting water in your hair is not the only way to put water in your body. Right. Yeah. So you gotta drink it. Drink it. Get you, my clients I recommend, I say, do you have your water bottle? And then I have clients that have their water bottle, and I know they got their water bottle, and they come in with their water bottle. I like it timed. I want it. This is again. Here's the Amazon link. I want you to get this one, okay? And so they'll get that, but then I wait 3-4 months. You know why? Because for some reason the bottle ain't powerful no more. It used to be powerful. It used to tell them 3 o'clock, and they used to drink till 3, and they would love it. But that it loses its grasp because I don't know. We get good stuff, and then, you know, I mean, I used to drink a gallon of water, and now I'm at 2 cups, you know? So what I recommend is refreshing your bottle. So I will tell them, I'll be like, oh, okay, wait a minute. How's your water intake? Oh, did you get you a new one? You need a new one anyway. Plastic doesn't last forever. If y'all have all these Yetis and water bottles that y'all think y'all paid all this money for, they don't last forever. They degrade, and those metals can't get in your body. So I do recommend them 90 days. It's time for a new water bottle. Get you a new color, get you something exciting. What didn't you like about the last one? Did it spill over when you kicked it? Did it not come out fast enough? Was it hard for you? So all those things are observations that we make, trial and error that we have during our process if I'm trying to encourage them to intake water. There's nothing, I don't care what anybody tells you, there's nothing that's going to replace the amount of water that you take in your body. If your hair is dry, and you like, I want something, and I ask you, what is your water intake like? And you say, oh, girl. I ain't gonna tell you who the first boss is, but I will tell you, yes, you're not gonna replenish the moisture in your hair if you're not replenishing the moisture in your body. Yes, hi.
First of all, I want to say, when you were saying to us about how when you had gone to various places and they weren't so nice and kind to you, because of the look in your hair. One day I came home and my daughter had my car and it was on this channel. And a lot of you guys know her. I don't follow her, but there was this song that came on by a young lady named Lizzo. And when she spoke about the song Special, it just really touched my spirit because I was going through something. So as a mom to a daughter in spirit, when no one tells you, you gotta you gotta speak to your soul and to your spirit and know that you were special, regardless of what anyone else says. So what I want to ask you with some of mine is that she's gone now. Her mom, she said her mom had suffered from high blood pressure, and so do I. So as a scalp specialist, I want to know, are there any recommendations of what you would advise to using on your scalp to stimulate your follicles? Because you know there's a lot of, and it's not trash anymore, but there's a lot of people out here saying that it'll stimulate the follicles, and then also too, I've heard medical professionals say that once your follicle is dead, it usually does die after a lengthy time of using high blood pressure medication. There's no renewing the follicle. So that's what I want to ask you. And on a lighter note, when you spoke about the edge control and all the chemicals, well, way back in the day in the 70s, it was baby hair, water, and Vaseline. We need no edge control, right?
All right, so the question was, what was the last thing that you needed me to answer about? It was about her mom and the hair, the stimulation of the scalp, right? So when I first got into this, I thought, do essential oils really work? I mean, there's so many people who know essential oils work, but for me, I need to know if they work. And of course, when we look for something, we go to Google. But Google told me that coconut oil was perfect, but then it told me that it was bad. It told me that rice water was good for your hair, and then it told me it was bad. And so I said, well, where am I going to get it? This isn't enough for me. And that's where my bachelor's degree came in. I said, there's some science in this. So I started researching. I said, let me look up rosemary scientific articles. Changed the game. I said, oh, there's a scientific study. They literally did studies with rosemary compared to minoxidil, which is the active ingredient inside of some of your nioxins and minoxidil. You guys heard of nioxin and minoxidil, right? Well, the active ingredient is minoxidil. Rosemary and minoxidil have the same or equal efficacy, except for rosemary has less itching. So in my mind, I thought, well, why aren't we using rosemary? If rosemary and minoxidil are similar, they work just the same. Well, we all know why, because minoxidil costs $100 and rosemary costs $15.99. So you have to think about that. So what I did was, rosemary is a great one, and I continue to do research on different essential oils that have some true science behind them and scalp efficacy. So that's why I know that jojoba oil is supposed to be aligned to the sebum in the scalp. Rosemary is great. Peppermint is excellent. You talked about hair follicle growing back. Well, lavender actually has proven that some of the hair follicles, even dead, have regenerated. Now, that is not something that you promise to people. You don't, girl, I can make your hair grow back. That's not how you communicate with people. What you do is you give them let them know that this is something that is from medication. It can be permanent. It for sure can. But I'm going to be in this fight with you. That is the difference between cosmetologists taking the bar when it comes to scalp care and then just letting it drop. We are the liaison. Licensed cosmetologists build a bridge between all the people that we talk about, psychologists, dermatologists. We build that bridge between them, and we build it. The problem is that it's not connected. So dermatologists are getting products that don't have conditioners and are drying hair, and definitely none of that stuff is gonna work for my hair. Because I know look like all of us in here got my type of hair. That stuff ain't gonna work for my hair. I don't care if I have dandruff or not. Now it helps with my dandruff and my hair breaking off because it's drying. There's no conditioner. Don't come with no. I ain't never seen no. What is the blue one? Oh. Selsun Blue. They don't come with no conditioner. No. It's just shampoo, tar shampoo. Don't come with no conditioner. use those particular things, again, it's a trial and error. You have to practice with your hair. You mix it up, you use jojoba, you need to use a base. Y'all, everybody hear me? I know I'm talking about essential oils. I'm like, yeah, essential oils, but what I want you to know is that you cannot use only essential oils on your scalp. You can burn yourself with that. You need to dilute it. Again, I recommend jojoba oil. So 2 to 3 drops of rosemary and some jojoba oil to the affected area. That works. It does. You're welcome.
One quick question here. So when you put essential oils in your hair, do you leave them in? What do you do? Like, what's the process like? Okay, I'm gonna get the jojoba oil, the rosemary, then I'm gonna put this in my hair. Say you wanna style your hair, you wanna wear your hair after that. What would you do? Like, is the oil gonna stay on your scalp, or how are you gonna deal with that once you apply it?
Great question. If you guys couldn't hear, she asked, does it stay on the scalp? Do you make sure it is leaving on there? You can. You can. But then again, if you're getting a silk press, you don't want that oil on your scalp. I don't leave that oil on my client's scalp. This is why. Essential oils are highly absorbent. Highly. You can't drop, when you drop in this little piece of essential oil, it almost like disappeared. Where'd it go? Did you get it? You got it. You don't need a lot of essential oils, so you don't have to leave them on the scalp, and they can build up. So if you don't want your hair to be heavy, what I recommend is I tell my clients I mix their particular oil that we create for them. They put it on the night before you come and see me. I want you to put this on your scalp, and then when you come and see me, we're going to wash it off.
It's a pre-poo.
Yeah, it's a pre-poo. Definitely.
It's a pre-poo. Most people don't do, like, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I wash my hair. I soften it, I get it ready, putting all the things on it. And then the next morning you shampoo.
Yeah, because we got curly hair, we ain't so glowing. You don't want to leave, you don't want to be a person with a simple oil spot on the back of the couch.
Let's give a round of applause, especially the scalp section for Rashawn. If I can, Rashawn, it's nice to have somebody who knows what they're talking about. I guess if I just put the microphone over this way. But you're very knowledgeable, and I want to just remind you that we are all chemically based. Okay, our bodies are made up of chemicals, and the one thing that your body cannot do without is H and O. You need 2 H's and an O. Okay, I learned this the hard way by being fat. I'm just saying, okay? But the easy way is, I used to drink 5 cans of pop a day, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, etc. But I decided that I was going to start drinking water. And if you notice, I drink nothing but, well, I drink a lemonade, I drink some coffee. But you take your weight, okay? I'm going to fall on the altar here. I used to be 270 pounds. Divide that by 2. That's how much we drink in water. So now I'm down to 200 pounds. I drink 100 ounces of water a day. In addition to the coffee, in addition to the Kool-Aid, in addition to, but if you drink half of your weight in water every day, I can be the testimony. You'll have nails, you'll have hair. It's all a part of your body. Genetics. We're all made in, some of us have abnormalities, but all